So welcome back guys, you are watching Rising Coders Era, and in this video we are going to create a calculator using Java, and in this we are just going to use a switch statement. Before moving ahead, if you are not subscribed to the channel, if you are new to the channel, please get subscribed to the channel. We are just going to create a calculator using switch statement, and we have also created a calculator using if else statement using Python, so you can just watch this video as well. We write a Java program which performs basic operations, so there will be some operations such as addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, so which takes place inside a calculator. We are going to prompt the user to enter the two integers. There will be two numbers, and then on that two numbers we are going to perform this operation. According to user's choice, if he is going to say I want addition, he is going to enter 1, then the addition is going to perform. If he is going to enter 2, then the subtraction is going to perform. If he is going to enter 3, divide, 4 is going to be multiplied. Execute the corresponding operation based on user choice. If user choice is going to enter 1, then there will be addition only. Okay, it should not be like that. User is going to enter 1 and it will perform division. Handle division by 0 with an error message. So there is an error when you divide with 0, you will get an error message. So right now you can just see, if I'm just going to say 5 divided by 0 is equal to, it will show you error message. Okay, cannot divide by 0. So this message also we are going to show here. Reprompt the user for valid input, invalid in option is selected. So when the user is going to enter a number which is not present, suppose he is going to enter 5 or 6 and we are just having 4 operations. So the program should show that you have just enter an invalid operation, and it will again run the program and it will ask which one you want to enter among this one. Okay, end the program after valid operation. When user is going to enter a valid number, then only the operation will be there and it will terminate. Obviously we are just going to need a scanner class, so let's create a scanner class. So I'm just going to say scanner, and we are just going to say scanner scan. Okay, is equal to, we are just going to create an instance for this, so new scanner, and inside this we are going to say system dot in. Okay, and the semicolon at the end. So right now guys, after creating a scanner class, we are going to use a while loop. So what is a while loop? While loop is nothing but it is a loop which is going to repeated continuously until the condition is going to get false. So right now we are just going to see the while loop in upcoming videos. So for right now, just we are going to say while if the condition is true, so it will be continuously running until and unless the condition is going to be false, it will be running continuously. And why we are just going to do this? Because we want to reprompt the user if he's going to enter any invalid number. So if the condition is true, it will continue on running this. Okay, so first thing, we need two numbers to take from user. So we are just going to say south. So we are going to say enter first number. So you can just see it is a true, so it will run this code. If this will be false, then this loop will not execute. Inside this, if user is going to enter a number, it should be stored inside a variable. So we are just going to create a variable which will have a name num1. So we will say integer. It is going to be an integer. We are going to say integer num1 is equal to, we are going to say scan dot next integer. So it is going to be an integer, so we are having this method. So what will happen? From the user keyboard, it will take a number and it will be stored inside this variable. Similarly, we need a second number. So I'm just going to reuse this code, and we're just going to say enter second number, and we're going to say num2. Okay, there should be a menu to display the user that you are going to have 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for division, and 4 for multiply. So for this, we are just going to create a method, and the method name is going to be display menu and the semicolon. And here you can just move at this point, more actions, create method display menu in switch statement. You can just see here we have just created a method, but I will just move this method at the top. So you can do this using alt and up arrow. Or so you can see there is a one usage. That means we are just going to use this here one time. If I'm just going to copy it, I'm just going to move at the point. At the bottom, I'm just going to paste it, so it will show you 2 usages. If I'm just going to paste it here, so it will say you 3 usages. So that means how many times you are going to use it, it will show here. So right now we are just going to use it one time. It will be displayed 1 usage. So we will say south, and we are just going to say select a choice. So we will say south, and this will be 1. Here it will be 1 for addition. Okay, so we are having 2 for subtraction, 3 for division. I'm just going to copy this and let's paste it at this point. So this is created. Right now, if I'm just going to run this, what will happen? Let's see. We'll just enter first number, you will just enter second number, then it will show you menu and it will be continuously repeating because we are using a while loop. So again it will ask for you can just enter. Okay, we don't want this, but we will handle this right now. Okay, right now we want one more variable which is going to take an input from user, that which operation you need to perform. So we are going to keep it inside a variable name as choice. So we will say scan dot. It is also going to be an integer because we are going to store a choice inside a number. If it is 1, we are going to perform addition, 2 for subtraction, and we will be switching between this choice variable. So we are just going to say switch between this choice variable. For addition, we will create a separate method. For subtraction, there will be separate method. For division and multiply as well. Alright, so you can just say public static void. The first method here is going to be add. Okay, similarly we will create all other methods. So we will have totally 4 methods. So this will be both second, third and fourth. I will just press alt, and here there will be 2 parameters. We are going to have first one, the a variable, which will have a number first, and the second variable, that is going to be b. The second method is going to be subtraction. You can just say here divide. The last one is going to be multiply. Okay, so let's make it div, that means division. So when there will be an addition of this variable, so what will happen, it is going to return the addition of these 2 numbers. So you can just create an int. You will give a variable name as result is equal to, it will be a plus b. This will be stored inside a variable that is a result. So you can just shout addition is, and here we are just going to say plus the result we are going to log here. What will happen, we are just going to give 2 numbers. So suppose give 5 and 2. So 5 plus 2, it will be stored inside this variable, and this will be display 7. Okay, 5 plus 2, 6, 7. Then similarly here there will be a subtraction. So we are just going to create a variable integer result is equal to a minus b, and we are just going to say sub subtraction is, we are just going to log result. Okay, that's all. After that we are just having a division as well. So we are just going to say integer result is equal to a divided by b, and this will be stored inside a variable result. Going to divide any number with 0, so it will show you cannot divide by 0. So we need to give this message. So for this we are just going to say if, so where it will be happen when the second number is going to be 0. So we are just going to say if the b value is equal to 0. Okay, so when the b value is going to be 0, at this point we are just going to log the message error division by 0 is undefined, and else we are just going to say, that means you need to show the result. So we are just going to say shout division is plus, it will be your result which is having all the calculation. Right now we are having a multiplication, so we are just going to create for this as well. So we will say result is equal to a into is like this in Java. So you can just see in every language, if you are going to multiply, it will be a star symbol. So we will say shout, and here we are going to say the multiplication is, and plus we are just going to have it inside a variable that is going to be result. All these functions are being created. Right now it's just time to create the switch statement. If the case is going to be 1, so at this point what we have to do, call the method, and that is going to be add, and inside this we are going to pass the 2 arguments, and they are going to be the 2 numbers. So basically this will be num1 which will be stored inside this. Okay, you can just see inside this variable when user is going to enter the first number, num2 which is going to be present inside this variable when user is going to enter the second number. So we are just going to say num1 comma num2. After that there will be a case. If it is a 2, will be a subtraction. So you can just call this method. Here also we are going to pass num1 comma num2. Then we are going to have a case 3. So we'll say case 3. Here we are just going to do the division, and we are going to say num1 at the end, and before that we need to give a num1. This is going to be a, this is going to be b. Then we are going to have case number 4. So it is a multiplication. So here also we will give number 1, number 2. Now the default case here is going to be when the number is going to enter by the user and it is going to be wrong. So for this we are just going to say shout, please select a valid choice. We are just going to use here a keyword, and that is going to be continue. So if the number is wrong, so we are just going to use here a continue keyword. So what is a continue keyword? So it will repeat this code again, and it will just ask for again enter first number, enter second number, if the user is going to enter a number which is not available. If user is going to enter 6 number, for that we are not having any method. So what will happen, it will just move here, it will again run the code and it will show this message. It will take number again the code is going to execute from the top. So this continue word keyword is going to do this. Okay, alright guys, and we need to add a break keyword here. Okay. Alt, and we are just going to add break at this point. It is going to perform addition and it will stop. So right now we are just going to add a break keyword and it is going to be outside this switch statement. So if the condition is satisfied, so we are just going to say break. Now here we are just going to close the scanner class as well. So you can just say scan.close. It will check for a number. We are going to enter a number which is going to be stored inside this variable. We are going to enter for the second number. It will be stored inside this variable. The message will be shown which choice you have to give, and we are just going to enter a choice. It will be stored inside this variable choice, and if it is 1, it will be perform addition. It will stop. If user is going to enter any number 567 which is not available, so this message will be shown. Okay, please select a valid number, and it continue. What happens in continue, it will just run this loop again. Okay, so it will just move the loop here and it will start executing from here. Okay, condition is satisfied. When you will get this, it is going to perform some subtraction. It will be break. You will be outside this switch statement, and here the break, this loop is going to stop. Okay, so break keyword is used to terminate the loop as well. Okay, so let's run the code and just see how it works. So right now I'm just going to enter suppose 12, 23. So it will show me select a choice. Suppose I'm just going to say that I just want an addition 35. If I'm just going to run the code again and I'm just going to make a mistake, I've just entered two numbers. One is 6 and one is 12. I've just enter here and I'm just going to enter 7 which is not there available inside the select a choice. So it will just show me please select a valid choice and it will run the code again. Okay, I will just enter 2, then 3, and right now I will just enter 4 for multiplication, so it will perform properly. Okay, 3 and 2, 3 to the 6, so it will perform properly. So all these things are working fine. Let's move inside the node. Okay, so what is the continue? Continue in Java, continue statement is used to skip the current iteration of a loop and continue with the next iteration. So it is going to skip the current iteration and it is going to move to the next iteration. Okay, when I encounter it causes the loop to first, that means we are going to skip that particular code, its current iteration, and move direct to the loop's next iteration. So we are just going to see one example. If we want to print some numbers from 0 to 10, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Okay, and if we are just going to get that remainder is going to be 0. Suppose there will be 2, and if we are going to divide 2 with 2, you will get 2 ones are 2, and you will get the remainder which is going to be 0. So at that point it is going to skip, and we know that when this is going to happen, it is going to be an even number. So at this point it will just skip this. If you want to skip and you want just the odd number, so you can just use here continue keyword, so it will be just printed odd numbers. Okay, so you can try this code as well. You can just write this code. So what will happen, all the odd numbers will be printed here and it will skip the even numbers. Okay, so what will happen, you will get the 3, so it will break. Now it will be outside the switch statement. So outside the switch statement there is one more break, so it will stop the loop. So that's all guys for today's video, and you will get the notes and source code inside description. Thank you guys for watching this video.